Hi, this is Vinay Modi. Today I'm going to speak on power of words. I strongly believe that your understanding of universe, society and yourself is largely determined by the vocabulary that you have. Yes, it means a lot to have rich vocabulary because that actually enhances the way you look at life, your universe. There are four aspects that I'm going to touch today. The first is, why is it important for all of us to have strong vocabulary? Second question, which is very, very critical, what's a good word? What does it mean to know, understand and learn words? Third, can we slot words? Can we categorize words? Do we have a category of vocabulary? Fourth, if first three are important, then how do we propose to build our vocabulary for life? Not for particular course, but for life. Let's look at the first aspect. Why is it important for us to be good at words? As they say, a word learned is an idea cultivated. Yes, first and foremost reason that we need to really create or work hard on vocabulary is because words can instill more ideas in us and it can make us more creative. Take example of any word. For example, black. Now the word black can be extended in many forms and can make us more creative. Black magic. Yeah? Black and white, racial discrimination. Black marketing. Black money. Yeah? So you look at black and you see so many extensions. You become more creative. Zero hour in parliament. Zero-based budgeting. Zeroing onto something. Ground zero. Zero defect solution. You become more creative. You suddenly are rich, powerful. That's one reason that one should be good at vocabulary. One should really put in the effort. Second reason, as I told you, it's very important for young people, for people who are preparing for competitive exam, people who are in professional arena, corporate world, to be good at words because that makes them more effective. And I can assure you, any competitive exam that you actually are getting into or you're preparing for or you want your kids to prepare for in future, vocabulary is going to be a hygiene factor. You cannot crack any competitive exam unless you have strong command over vocabulary. Period. That's about it. Third reason that one should really be working on vocabulary is because when you actually grow as an individual, you will get so many opportunities to come across situations where one needs to possibly celebrate and influence other people by sharing ideas. Your interpersonal skills really will matter a lot. You will have to influence people. You don't have to just inform them. Even, for example, welcoming somebody. We'll end up saying, I welcome you. It's a great opportunity. Good. But when you say, I welcome you all, it's an august gathering. And we've been absolutely it makes a big difference. The way you actually narrate your ideas, you influence people in society. So words are used to influence people. Next, words are critical because when you are amazingly good at words, you can actually create a paradigm shift in the way you share an idea or you sell a story because you can easily switch. Lazy will have so many differentiating factors. Lackadaisical, listless, let's say slothful, or let's say lassitude. So there are so many ways one can. Let's take example of a word called lazy. Yeah? Lazy means lackadaisical, listless, enervated, slothful, torporish. Now one needs to find context and switch over. That's why words are important. Words are magic. Because when you use good words, you really inspire society. I'm sure you know, certain words by great people, eminent people, have created such magic that they have become immortal. I have a dream, Martin Luther King. People have not forgotten his personality because of the sentence that he used. John F. Kennedy said, it doesn't matter what your country can do for you, but what matters is what you can do for your country. Magical words, because vocabulary makes you more confident. That's why words are important. But the golden question is, what's the good word? How do you define somebody having strong vocabulary over somebody who's not? Now, that's where I would like to break a myth, which is numbers. People are driven by numbers. I know 5,000 words and you know 4,000 words, so I'm richer than you. Absolutely not. It may be true in certain contexts, but by and large, every word has certain dimensions. The real problem starts when we individuals, or we as an individual, start working towards building our vocabulary, and we are limiting ourselves to the idea of knowing the meaning of the word. Now that's just one part of it. It will limit you because it will never be used judiciously. Word has several dimensions, and these dimensions have to be understood very critically. Every word will have 4 to 5 dimensions, and that's what make a word a composite unit. The first and foremost aspect is that of pronunciation. Yes, it's pretty important for individuals to understand that if you use a good word, you've got to be impeccable in pronouncing it properly. So CHIC, if you use the word, you have to know that chic, somebody's chic presence can ignite passion. Pronunciation plays a vital role. Yeah, you've got to work on learning as to how great people use those words, how they pronounce. So that's first part. The second part is the usage part. You know a word, but you don't know how to use it. And that's what I've seen. Young generation, a lot of talented people, they have strong command over vocabulary. But they end up misusing it because they don't really make correct sentences. Correct formations are a problem. That's where I would like to offer a tip also. Never look up a word in newspaper and find out the meaning and finish the job. Make sure that you go beyond it. Find the word, see the context, complete the sentence, and register in your mind. You'll see the story gets registered, you'll not forget the word. Yes, furtive means secret, but furtive glances complete the story. It's important for you to remember. Usage and correct sentence are important. For example, there's a word called umbrage, umbrage, now which essentially means annoyance, wrath, anger. When you use this word, you'll see a very interesting way it is used. It seems that one country has taken umbrage over other countries' reluctance to curb terrorism. So certainly you see an innovative method in which this word is used. So sentence making is critical. The third part of being very good at vocabulary, or possibly using a word in a very judicious fashion, is to understand whether the word is a verb or a noun, or a verb, an adjective, adverb. You need to understand. Some words cannot be replaced. Noun will remain noun. Some words can be replaced. Noun can be used as verb as well. Yeah? Fourth very critical aspect of knowing a word is to understand when we actually use a word will be used in positive, negative, or neutral context. Understand the word and its gravity. Benevolence as a word will always have positive connotation. Some words like monster will have negative connotation. So you'll use those words in those contexts. That's a good word. That makes a good word. Third important aspect, can we slot words? If we have to learn words, can we slot words? Yes, we can slot words. Words can be learnt by categorizing, by recategorizing those. Idioms and phrases. It's very, very interesting, enriching, and creative when we use words by using idioms and phrases. Because that's how societies have evolved. They have been created out of those. Yeah? And you see, that's why it's very easy, very important for one to bring the gravity. Time has come where we take the bull by horn. That means we actually take charge of situation and perform. Now it's something which really grips us. It conveys the gravity of the situation. So it's very important. Categorize, slot, try to learn those. And you see how you become creative. There are words which confuse us. Confusing words. There's a big list of words which confuse us. All we need to do is we need to really be careful while using those. And there are so many words which really end up, for example, illicit liquor. So many people die because they consume illicit liquor. What do you elicit out of something which is written or done? Let's say a foreign diplomat or let's say a country leader does something which makes us think. You don't say illicit. That's dangerous. That's spurious. Illicit is important. So the pronunciation makes a big difference. You can slot words accordingly. Third, there are words which have historical precedence. There are words which have stories behind those. Try to imbibe those. It will work a lot. Yeah. Fourth very important aspect. When you actually try and categorize or slot words, you'll realize there are words which are foreign words in origin. Japanese, Yiddish, there are a lot of several countries, they have strong words. Urdu, Devanagari, Spanish, French, German, All these countries have very strong words which are used ubiquitously, which are used worldwide. Try to imbibe those, and you see how you create a universe. That's the third part. And the last part, but not the least, how do you improve your vocabulary? How do you really take it further? I must share my experience. I would say a mechanical way of learning vocabulary is very easily understandable and taught also. But somehow, start giving respect to the idea of learning words. That's the first stage. Don't try and go on mechanics or technicalities. Focus on giving respect to vocabulary. Yes, when I say, I mean it. When you give respect, that means any new word that you see in your universe, you really work hard to understand it, codify it, write it, speak it up, possibly commit error, but just play in your mind in the entire day or maybe several weeks, you will not forget the word. But if you think that you write a word, you look up the word, you will try to cram the word, no, you will not be able to register it forever. Words have to be registered forever. They are immortal in our mind, in our soul. They only get extinct when we die. That's how vocabularies are actually imprinted. That's how words are imprinted. That's what you should do. Second, yes, know the story behind word. Know stories. Create a context. You will not forget the word. Exodus is a word which I actually read when I read this novel written by Leon Uris. The setting was Israel-Palestinian. Mass movement of people from one country to other country. It reminds me of Syria right now. And I have not forgotten the word. Create the context. You will not forget the word. You will be so powerful in using word. Yeah. Third, don't try to learn words alphabetically. That's my way of looking at it. Some people might disagree, because words have to be very, very spontaneous, dynamic. If you actually have very predictable way of learning vocabulary, I'm sure you will not be able to register it very well. So try to slot, try to possibly use different themes. You'll see it really works well. There are so many ways you can do it. In my next session, I would like to take the idea further and possibly make you learn more words, come up with different ideas, and share more experiences. As I told you earlier, do write, do interact with me, and do respond to what I'm actually uploading. All I'm trying to do is to share my experience of so many years in terms of learning words, sharing ideas. Thank you so much. Enjoy.